Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back. Thanks for clicking on the video. I want to give a quick shout out to all of you, all the people who click on the videos, who subscribe, leave the likes, the comments, they share the videos with their friends. I just want to thank you guys so much. You guys are legends no matter what anybody says about you. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick shout out and thank you again for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. Now, with that being said, in this video, we're going to switch it up a little bit. This isn't going to be a money glitch. This isn't going to be a glitch at all. Obviously, you've probably read the title already. This is going to be the top 5 best buys and the top 5 worst purchases in GTA Online. Now, this is my opinion on the subject, so some of you may disagree, some of you may agree, some of you may agree with half of it, not the other half, but do let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite purchases that you've made, and what's your least favorite purchases that you've made. And the way I made up this list was I kind of played the game and I thought, okay, if I had to give up 5 things that I've bought in the game and I could get my money back for them, what would those 5 things be? And then I wrote those 5 down, and that's how I got the 5 that I considered my worst purchases, because those were things I would easily trade back if I could get my cash back for them. And I did pretty much the same thing with the top 5 best buys. Was I thought about, okay, if I was just starting the game today, what are 5 things that I would buy, knowing what I know now, when I started the game? And I didn't really do it from a money-making standpoint. I did it just for what do I like to do in the game? What's fun to me? And then that's how I went about my list. So with that being said, we're gonna hop right into it. Okay, starting out our list of the worst purchases in GTA Online, at the number 5 spot is the boats. And I'm just going to say all the boats. I don't even think I own a boat. Besides the yacht, which we're going to get to that in a minute, I believe all the boats are pretty redundant and really just useless. I do own the Kraken because at the time that was the only submersible, and you will see a trend here. I do own a lot of these things that I say that I would give back or that I wouldn't buy. So, if you like some of these things, go for it, buy them. This is just my opinion, but really the boats are, in my opinion, just pointless. And it's kind of strange on a map that's surrounded by water, for all the boats to be redundant. But really, where are you going to go here with a boat that you can't get in a car twice as fast, or in a plane, or the oppressor? There's so many better ways to travel that the boats just seem kind of pointless. What am I going to do? Hop in a boat right here and cruise around the map to up here to the store? Like, I could drive there twice as fast. So the boats are definitely at my number 5 spot. I could do without the boats altogether. Alright, at the number 4 spot is the Casino Penthouse. Really the only perk to owning one of these is the fact that you get the high limits tables at the casino, which gambling in GTA Online is kind of risky anyways, unless you're using, the never lose blackjack or 3-card poker method, where you just close app if you lose. Because other than that, I mean, there's a reason casinos stay in business, because they're winning the majority of the time. So this is one of those things that, I could definitely do without it. I don't even come here enough that when I do come in here, I'm lost. It's so big that I don't even know where to go to find what I'm looking for. And really, other than setting it as a spawn location, I don't ever even come in here. So most of these on this list, you'll see a kind of a pattern here. Most of them are just a flex. Like, if you have the money to just throw away, sure, buy a penthouse, buy a bunch of boats. All of these things are really just, in my opinion, useless. So that's definitely the number 4 spot here, is the Casino Penthouse. Now, at the number 3 spot, and I think a lot of people will agree with me on this one, that this could be taken out of the game tomorrow, and I don't really think anyone would miss it. It's the Orbital Cannon. I'm sure everyone's been a victim of this, and I'm sure everyone, at least with the money, has trolled someone with this at some point. But in my opinion, it's really useless. You see, it's super expensive. It's almost $1 million to use it. And you'll see I use it right here on this guy. He was actually a pretty good sport about it. He ended up texting me saying, "Oh, you must be rich, LOL." But it's not even satisfying. Like, I blast this guy with it. He doesn't know what's coming. He's got no defense against it, and it's really just, it's just a troll at best. There's really no good use for it, and like I said, it's not even that satisfying to use, and it's expensive as hell. So this is definitely my number 3 for things that I would get rid of really that I would take out of the game altogether if I could. All right, at the number 2 spot on the list is the arcade games. Not the arcade itself. The arcade's fine, you know, to use for the heist, and I do like the addition of the terminal in the basement that lets you use the arcade as a central hub to run the rest of your businesses. But the arcade games themselves are merely overpriced decorations. They're wicked expensive. I think the cheapest ones are $250,000 up to, you know, $750,000 for some of these arcade games, and I've never even played these. I merely bought them just to decorate the arcade with, and I don't think I've ever came back here until making this video. So this is an easy trade for me. If I could trade those back and get my money, I would totally do away with them. Now, at the number 1 spot of the worst purchases in GTA Online, I don't think this will come as a surprise to anyone, is the Yacht. The only benefit of buying this is the one mission you get for piracy prevention, which you can run as a CEO, which aren't very popular because the yachts are kind of out of the way. Unless yours is right here in the bay by the city, then no one's going to come to the piracy prevention mission. You're going to run it, it's going to go. I've ran plenty of them that no one ever came to. It's almost like a stand your ground, except way on the corner of the map. So who's going to venture up there to go play a part in that? Really, my favorite part of it is the ability to turn on like yacht defenses, so you can come hang out here, and anyone that tries to come mess with you will be destroyed by the yacht defenses. So it's pretty cool. If you have someone trolling you, you could come sit here and I guess let the yacht kill them a few times. Would be the most use you would get out of this multi-million-dollar investment. So this is definitely hands down the number 1 worst investment in GTA Online. This thing could disappear off my map tomorrow, and I don't think I would even notice for a couple of weeks. So that's going to round out the list for the 5 worst purchases. So now we're going to move on to the good news, the top 5 best buys in GTA Online. So at the number 5 spot on the best buys in GTA Online, for me, is going to be the RC Bandito. Not only for the ability to merge F1 wheels and Benny's wheels. If you've ever done any car merges, you'll know the Bandito is very useful for that. But merely just for its trollability and the fun it is just messing around with this thing, chasing people down with it. When you're in the Bandito, if you didn't know, you're actually off the radar. So it is super easy to creep up on people with this thing. Unless they hear it coming, that's the only way they know it's in the area. And you can put remote explosives on this, so it's a lot of fun. I believe you can put like a jump on it too, like a boost jump. Mine doesn't have that. I maybe didn't add that on there, but you'll see right here I got a clip of these people here that I think they were AFK until they heard it coming, and then they did what everyone else does, and they just panic and try to run, but usually by then it's too late. So it's mad fun to troll people with, and it's fun just to drive around in general. So definitely recommend picking one of those up if you don't have it. Now, at number 4 on my list is going to be the Weapon Workshop. Now, this can be bought at a multitude of places like the Terabyte, MOC, the Avenger. I have one in the Terabyte and the Avenger, I think. And you can upgrade your weapons to the MK2. You can paint your weapons. You can add all kinds of attachments. You can change the weapon mods. There's so much you can do with it. But me personally, I would buy it just for the explosive sniper ammo alone. For me, that would make it totally worth it. If you don't use explosive sniper rounds, I would definitely try them out. I guess really my number 4 spot would be really just explosive sniper rounds. But the way to get those would be the Weapon Workshop. So if you haven't ever tried them, definitely give them a try. They're mad fun. People will probably hate you for using them, but they're super OP. Like I said, they're a lot of fun to play with, so definitely try them out if you haven't tried them out before. They are kind of pricey, but they're so worth it. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. Alright, at the number 3 spot here is going to be the MK2. It's no surprise, this is on the list, I'm sure. As much as everyone hates this thing, everyone has one if you have the money to afford it. I don't think there's anyone out there that has the money to buy one of these that hasn't already bought one. They're wicked OP for PvP situations. The mobility with this thing is second to none. The way you could just glide up, land right on a rooftop. It's not the fastest way to travel, but it's definitely the most agile and the most versatile way to travel in the game, I believe. So definitely pick one of these up if you don't have one, I would buy one all over again if I didn't have one for sure. I probably would have paid twice what this thing's worth, knowing what I know about it now. Like I said, if you don't have one, you're at a serious disadvantage. And a small tip, if you are using an MK2, be sure when you're, changing it up there in the terabyte, equip the shaft or the chafe or whatever you want to call it. Let me know how it's pronounced down in the comments if you can. But it's the one that shoots out the flares before a missile gets locked onto you, so that missiles can't lock onto you. That's definitely the more OP scenario there. Because if you're using the flares, well, the flares, after a couple of seconds and the flares are gone, the next missile is just going to catch up to you. I catch plenty of people off guard with this thing by having the shaft, because they think they're going to be able to lock onto me, and then they can't. And, well, by the time they shoot their flares, it's a little bit too late then. I'm already got 3 or 4 missiles headed your way. So just a little tip there if you are using the MK2. Definitely use the shaft or the shaft or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. So on to number 2. All right, at the number 2 spot on my list is going to be the Ruiner 2000. Now, a lot of people are probably thrown off by that, so let me explain. It's not the Ruiner 2000 that you actually purchase that's in your garage. When you buy the Ruiner, if you don't know, it unlocks a CEO mission called Fully Loaded. Now, in that mission, you receive a Ruiner that is virtually indestructible. I believe it takes like 70, 60 missiles to blow this thing up. So it's wicked OP. Now, not only is it almost indestructible, but within this 20-minute timer that you have for the mission, you won't receive a wanted level for anything that you do. So no cops during the 20 minutes. Also, during that 20 minutes, no one can lock onto you with homing missiles. So the MK2s are virtually useless against this thing. Anything with homing missiles is going to be useless against this. I have watched people call out their MK2s back to back to back, only to get destroyed over and over. I watched people call out their Ruiner 2000 thinking, oh, well, maybe it's more OP than I thought. And obviously, the Ruiner 2000 you have in your garage explodes with 1 missile, whereas this one takes, like I said, nearly 60, 70 missiles. Someone would have to call out their MK2 3 to 4 times and hit you with every missile before they would destroy this thing. So, and not only that, within this 20 minutes, you also don't receive any bad sport warnings for destroying any personal vehicles, and you don't get charged a dime for any of the vehicles you destroy within that 20 minutes. So having the Ruiner 2000 and being able to unlock this mission is mad OP and wicked fun. I do this every time I log on to the game, especially if I get in a lobby like this one where there was like 6 oppressors flying around when I loaded in here. Because the oppressor griefers just can't take it. They don't understand why they fly over you and can't lock on. And as soon as they realize they can't lock on to you, well, then it's kind of just game over if you know how to use the Ruiner. And you see these guys right here called out their Ruiner. Now, one thing you do have to be careful of is people on foot. If you're using this, mission here to kill people with, be careful people on foot, because someone can still shoot you in the car relatively easy. But what you don't have to worry about is any type of weaponized vehicles. You should be able to take down any type of weaponized vehicle, no problem with this thing. And my number 1 favorite purchase in GTA Online is definitely the MOC. Now, I know I didn't base my list off of money, but there's no denying the fact that the MOC is used for nearly 90 of all card duplication glitches, and that is where people make the majority of their money in GTA Online if you do glitches. If you don't do glitches, obviously that's not the case, but I've made more money with this truck than I have doing anything else in GTA. I think of this truck basically as a rolling bank or cash on wheels for me, because the possibilities for money with duplications with this truck are endless, because anytime there's a dupe glitch, you'll see you need the MOC for this glitch, you need the MOC, you need a bunker with the MOC. Also, the gift cards to friends glitches, nearly all of them use the MOC. So the glitching potential with this truck is almost limitless. And that aside, the truck itself is really OP, and if you come into a session that I'm already in, I think one of my friends was in this session right here following me around in the car there, you'll see that I'm just cruising around in this thing because it's wicked fast for a truck. It's a hell of a battering ram. It'll plow through nearly anything, and I believe it takes around 20 to 30 missiles to destroy this thing when it's unhooked from the trailer. Obviously, when it's hooked to the trailer, something happens, like I guess maybe the trailer blows up and that causes the truck to blow up. I'm not really sure how that works. If anyone knows, let me know down in the comment section. But other than that, when it's unhooked from the trailer, it's really hard to blow up. Like I said, it takes probably 20 to 30 missiles to destroy it. Also, when you're using it in reverse, no one can shoot you in the cab, but you can still shoot out of the cab while reversing. Now, you can't use sticky bombs while you're in it, which is kind of unfortunate. It would be wicked OP if you could use sticky bombs, but you can use like a small SMG, so you can reverse the truck towards people, and not only can they not blow you up, but they can't shoot you at all, and you can shoot at them. So it's really nice for just PvP situations or trolling people with. And on top of that, the trailer itself, the trailer has, you know, you can outfit the trailer with like small cannons. I think you can put like 3 cannons on the trailer itself, and you can have people riding in the trailer shooting the cannons while you're driving around. Also, you know about the back of the truck, how you can store personal vehicles in the back of it. You can use it as a weaponized vehicle workshop. You can also have the weapon workshop, which I mentioned earlier, in the back of it. You can use it as a personal quarters. So it's got so much potential. It's really probably my favorite vehicle in the game. I use it nearly every session I load into. I'll have this thing on the map at some point, using it for something or another. So that's pretty much going to do it for my list, guys. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think as far as your favorite purchases, your least favorite purchases, or even things that you think you know, should be taken out of the game altogether, like the Orbital Cannon, the MK2. So do let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I would greatly appreciate it. I want to thank all you guys again for all the support on the channel. I can't thank you enough. I really do appreciate all the support you guys give me out here. So don't forget to subscribe with your notifications on if you're new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.